We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Houston Texans. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. This is Lamar Miller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Lucky 56. Set. Green 39.
Now Barkley. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Here's Barkley. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Here's a give to Miller. They find some open field here. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They keep it with Miller on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10.
Double. Hey, on.
The first carry for the rookie, Darius Geis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Yeah, 52.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
52. 35. Liz. I said.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, back up.
3rd and long, it's Smith. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Redskins on 3rd down. 56 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
15.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now it's Ellington to return. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Now a handoff to Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch, trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They run it here with Thompson. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Double. I said, hey, gun.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
I said, I-80.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Smith now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And this one complete to Reed. And oh, he caught Texans say they have it. They do. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. 319. 319.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pernell McPhee able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, here's second and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Setting up the screen for Miller. 23 yards on the play.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. 15, yeah. Set, line.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. A deep ball for Dotson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On.
Now Thompson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Yellow. Set, line, 80. I said.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Eddie, line, 80. I said, Slot.
They'll run with Thompson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Smith looking to throw on 2nd down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Eddie, line, 80. 41 Mike. Liz. I got it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Now he'll escape to his right. It's brought in by Dotson. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And now out comes Houston. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom.
They'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Crowder now to return. Spins past it, and now running right through it. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. And he lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
15, yeah. Let's go. Let's go, 15.
So we've reached halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Right. Yellow.
To throw on 2nd down. Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
We got three, fellas, we got 80. All right, 80. 12. Hey, on.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Smith. They still can't get it. Now he'll let it go deep, right? And got his man, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. 1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the 50, it's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Back to throw, Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Smith. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Alex Smith, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On play action, they'll throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him. even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Barkley. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Gone, 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 gone.
Now Barkley. Finding room inside the 40. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Leopard.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it again with Miller. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Now, Barney, Barney, set.
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I got to give it to him on that one.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense, and they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Settle down, huh?
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On second down, here's Smith. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. 3rd down here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Redskins on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6.
15, yeah. Ready? Line 80. Line 41. I said, let's go.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Smith now going to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he's got some space here. And a great move again. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Smith to throw on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. Flush to his right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Gone! All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. But he finds his man Griffin. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
And there's a chance for them to end the game. An incompletion, it's probably over. But how big was that one, though, to keep this game going?
That's the conversion of the game right now, no doubt. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead.
319. 319. Gone! 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 Gone!
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Here we go now.
He's going to get it running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So now it's 4th and goal. 1 play for the win. Other than that, not a very exciting finish.
Just a walk in the park,
Yeah, ho-hum.
Yeah, ho-hum. I know one thing, though. I'm making someone beat me other than their top receiver.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Redskins, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you